Friendship hat sounds kind of fun. Fire 5, Earth 3. I don't think I can do that easily. That's 4 boosters.
That's a fair number of boosters.
Let's see. I can maybe do it. Maybe. Okay. And then Earth boots are given, so then that and that. If I get a ring of something or another, I can do it. His body slot is also open. But I don't think I have a blood air mage that's good enough. What pass do I need? Air 5, blood 5. Can I do that? I can get the air 5. I could just empower my air 7 mage with blood. But then he'll die to horrors.
I was gonna say that's a choice, but
do you have a ring of power or sorcery?
I can get one.
Okay.
This turn. I just haven't been doing it because I've been doing auguries with my god, honestly.
Oh no.
Just kind of chilling.
You gotta get construction 6. Make the flame spirits do that for you.
Sorry, gnome lores, my bad. Yeah, I need conjuration 6 again. I just keep getting sidetracked by other things. But yeah, I can make a ring of sorcery right now.
Sweet.
Send it. I'll make it this turn and send it next turn. Yeah, I have like 200 astral pearls that I'm kind of sitting on because I assumed that eventually I'd get to the point where like I wanted to just, I don't know, put up arcane nexus or do something dumb like make a bunch of rings of sorcery or wizardry.
I'll just say whatever dumb thing you're gonna do with your astral pearls, I've got you beat.
Well, sure.
I've already done a dumb thing. You'll
very
see
fair.
eventually. Yeah, I just picked a random character somewhere here or there, and he may or may not be an Astral 4 now, even though he started with no paths.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Definitely a fan.
He should make himself a hat. I should probably put some armor on him in case he just, like, gets hit by something. Here's a Demon Bane. Boots. And a helmet. Don't die. I'll send you next turn a few more lanterns. That should help.
Sure. Always appreciate it.
Going back to this turn, I gotta build something. The Ruby Eye. That's a good one. Yeah, the Ruby Eye is a good one. Let's do that. Man, and no comments on the global? Or did I miss it?
I haven't looked yet. But now that I'm aware,
I've never cast it before. I figured it'd be fun. The unrest per turn, I don't remember if that takes place before or after income is calculated for the blood hunting.
Oh, Fata Morgana. Yeah, I've never put it up except for like last week in my Altdorf game, actually. So I have very low experience with it myself. I would assume just the way that Illwinter works, that there's no way that Unrest triggers before. Like, it has to trigger after you get income counts, like, reduced from Unrest, I would assume. But maybe not. It might be like, yo, here's the secret. That would be really cool.
Yep. I know off the top of my head, I know that unit unrest reduction counts.
Yeah?
I don't know about like global, and I know that sites also don't.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, if you have unrest reducing units, then you could blunt hunt for free.
That's pretty interesting.
I think in the Bosnos game and DE, Aereo can do it because they have unrest reducing recruitable mages.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's, like, a lot of significant unrest reduction stuff in vanilla on units. I know Chaco's another nation in DE that has their I can't remember the name of the unit, but they have a unit that reduces
The
unrest.
clown.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
clown. Yeah. Yeah. So that's one that you can absolutely use to blood hunt.
That's kind of interesting.
And because I think they also patrolled really good too, didn't they?
I think they're patrollers and unrest reducers, I believe.
Yeah. So they're like double blood hunt duty.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure. I think so.
So Ind gets in vanilla, but Ind is a weird one, Jamaro, because there's a lot of different schools, I guess, and how people want to play Ind.
Yeah.
And I'm personally of the one that I like spamming the heretics or the heathens. So it's like I get the unrest reduction units, I get a lot of them, but I also use them to get hoodlums all over the place that cause chaos. So, and I don't know if their unrest reduction is strong enough where it's worth it because they're priests. They can't research at the same time, which Aryus things or dudes can. So it's like while they're quote unquote patrolling in reducing your unrest, they're also researching for you.
I'm going to take a quick bio break, so I will be back in like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, sure thing. I got about 10 more minutes, 10, 15 minutes in me.
Oh, before we're done?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
So that'd
cool.
be around, what, 11 for me, 10 for you?
Yeah, sounds good. Beery.
We just need that horn break to keep him out of ice, and we're fucking golden.
Well, I mean, we got that last time as well, and then we died. So we also have to not die. I couldn't do anything about that. I didn't roll. I didn't do anything. There was nothing there to do. He timed it perfectly. I got up and died. That's great. Timing, that's great comedic timing, but I want everyone to know that was fate, not me.
That's hilarious.
Yes. Are we gonna be that way? Are we gonna be that way? Is that how? Okay. I know he, and I couldn't. Fuck. Here's your reference. Do not jump while a War Prior thrower is on you. It will yeet you off of the map and crash your game.
No!
It's like my scenario was just like, no, take this victory from Jay.
It's cool. I got this. Like this. No! Medusa!
Medusa!
I'm gonna fuck it up right here.
These.
Hey, what happened this turn?
Chaos, Doom, and Destruction.
That's us, so yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually starting to get, to reasonable amounts of gems since I'm like empowering everything and constructing random shit.
Sure. Kislev coming back in. These guys, I don't know that I've seen them before. Oh, they're the Streltsy. Gotcha. Very cool. Oh. 23 damage on that Bardish? Crap.
On a human? Damn.
Wow. That slaps.
So this was the secondary army. I want these guys to cross this river. Which is not going to happen in late summer. Whoops. Okay, this guy made the ruby eye, and I can give that to this dude, whose sole job will be light shit on fire later. Helm of Guy is never bad. I don't really care if I lose Dragon Point. It's a lot of PD, but in Gerthurg, I'm gonna spike the PD so they stop sailing across there. Cut that crap out.
Yay, I didn't get sniped. Ooh. Ugh. Get sniped. Ran. Streltsy is Slavic for shooters or archers? Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually a really big fan of Kislev in Total War Warhammer 3. So I've played around with them quite a bit. I like I think we've talked about this before, right? Like Sombre's version doesn't really do gunpowder, right?
Correct.
But I think the way he has enacted these Streltsy are pretty cool in this version because they just have a very short range, pretty high damage piercing attack. So it's like almost kind of like a super javelin for a human, anyways.
Yeah, drop bow. Maybe it's like a, I don't know. I'd have to go read the lore again if it's more of an atlatl or a like short range crossbow.
Yeah, I think it's like I think it's just like a single bolt cocked crossbow or something like that that they're just like walking with, or that's like on their back and they're like right before they get into battle they just shoot you in the face with it and then drop it, right? I'm not 100% sure though.
Yep. Alright. And then my reinforcements join my army next turn, so then we can resume messing around with the lizards. Take this mountain from them.
Heck yeah. Also, how's it going, Washik? I've been watching you chat in Zan's chat, so.
Yep, MVP tonight.
Yeah, welcome to my side of the stream. But I've already been like responding to things that you've been saying though, so I don't feel like you're a new face to me at this point. Is I guess what I'm saying. All right, so that went pretty well. man, I'm not getting good events. I mean, obviously, but damn, I'm not getting good events. How did this guy get here? It's so strange to me. How did a Mound King go up here? I guess if for example, we can just stroll around in the same provinces. If I had an army in one province and you had an army in that same province, and then we both moved into the same enemy army or enemy province, we would get there. The game's going to process that in 2 different turns. So if one of us runs into an enemy army and loses and bounces from that province, the next person is then going to hit that enemy army in that province.
Yes. Correct.
Oh, it's the Vampire Count series. Nice. Yeah, Vampire Counts was fun. Vampire Counts was kind of like my first real foray into Sombre's mod in the, I guess, kind of like recent memory. I've messed around with it ages ago, but Vampire Counts has got me back into it.
Yeah, that mechanic is what made I don't even remember what happened to this game that they invited me to. It was like a 15 versus 15 disciples.
Yeah.
And then the nightmare that we were waiting for was, 15 magic phases, 15 normal phases.
Sounds fair.
Yeah. There's like no way at all to just prepare for that.
That does sound kind of crazy to be honest. Oh, goodness.
So can disciples gembait with their teammates? Yeah. Like right now, if there is an enemy army and I cloud trapeze on top of it and move into it in the normal phase, and Distant Horizon does the same, there's going to be 4 combat phases. Unless, obviously, unless one of us win. But otherwise, there's going to be 4 combat phases. A magic phase each, and then a normal phase each. The 15-15 sounds more awful.
It really does sound pretty terrible.
I was really excited for it.
You know. Terrible in a good sense, right? Like, totally.
I was excited for it. I was playing I've always wanted to play a lot of like the 2 nations or the 2 set of nations that I really wanted to get into when I started Dominions was Uruk, the and Uruk line, because like Babylon, and I think Babylon's cool. And
Ur's my favorite nation. Like, Ur is actually like my first nation I ever played in Dominion. My baby.
There, if I do another single player campaign, or if I do like a solo one, I'm thinking of doing Ur.
Yeah.
And then the other one were like the Mictlan nations, because Mesoamerican civilizations are also pretty damn cool.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And I studied a lot about them over at the university. They're pretty badass. And I think I've gotten the Mictlan part down. I've played so many Mictlan games. I've subbed into another one. I don't want to play more Mictlan. But I don't think I've ever played Ur. And then the first time I played Uruk was this 15-15. And I was so excited and I was pumped. And I don't remember what happened. The game broke.
Oh, no!
I think something with the minions just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Oh, we couldn't see the armies on the map.
Well, I mean, that'll do it. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. You couldn't see armies on the map. Only I think there was like a select few players that could, and nobody could figure out why. And even like Loggy was trying to like figure it out, and it was just like, nope.
Nice.
It's really weird.
That is I am, before I forget, I'm sending a sorcery.
Sweet.
I think go ahead and make it back up. Just to have it on hand. Why not?
Have I heard about highways in the Amazon rainforest? No, I haven't. Actually, so most of the studies I did ended up being like Central America and then down Peru, like Colombia and Peru. So no, not too much about the Amazons. That sounds interesting. I know that the tribes up in Ecuador, I want to say, were pretty damn advanced, and like obviously the Inca were too. But no, nothing about highways. That's something I could look into. Cool, thank you. What were your nations that you wanted to play Horizon?
On
Like going into Dominions when you were like, wow, there's so many choices.
Oh goodness.
All these cool nations. Like, which ones attracted you, or were you just like,
Sure. So I did get into Dominions off of General Confusion, like initial starter series into like forays into for new players into Dominions. So that's kind of what got me into Dominions. And probably it like immediately the things that I jumped into were right, being one of the big ones for me, and then probably Femoria being another really big one. And then kind of like delving into any other either Mesopotamian or Celtic offshoots kind of scenarios like that, because those are all I don't know, really interesting historical things for me personally. But I don't know. Trying to think. The first thing I ever played in multiplayer was actually Russ, I believe. I tried to do because I still didn't really understand the game very well. I tried to do a very kind of like weird. What is it? They do the the Chud skin shifters, and then the Fenrir, the wolves. They have the wolves that you can spam out on ritual spells, I think.
for Russ? No, they spam bears.
Oh, is who am I thinking of? It
The
might be
wolves
Russ.
is.
Oh, I think it wasn't.
It's one of the Jotuns, I think.
No. It wasn't a ritual spell for them. I think I took a wolf god.
Oh,
It's been several years, so I don't remember the specifics.
of course.
5 vector. Look up what I'm talking about real quick. I really want to learn how to play Satis, honestly. Like any age of Satis really kind of like interesting. But every time I go, like I actually was going to play Satis in several of the last games that I was going to play multiplayer wise, but each time I did, something else was like, it would come up and I'd be like, maybe I'll play this.
Ooh,
I don't
shiny.
exactly, basically.
This is a toughie. Definitely a toughie. I haven't done early age. I think I subbed into a middle age one, and it was. I mean, the hard part was over, which is just not dying immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the middle one, I don't know how much it counts. And then the late age Satis, I've done late age a few times. It's very touch and go for a while until it isn't. And then it becomes touch and go again really late in the game. But that's okay. It's a fun ride. you just don't ever feel like you're a strong nation. Middle age is wild. Early age, I don't know. I haven't heard good things about. I've seen someone do really good in early age where they pretty much played as an astral nation. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like that's like saying anything to Satis, and more towards just like he played astral mages really good because like they're astrals lizard shamans, you know. Okay, so that's cool. So you lean more toward Mesopotamia and
Oh, don't get me wrong.
um,
Since then,
Britain.
I've dabbled all over the place and like all different kind of like. So one of the I think ultimately the thing that I adore about Dominion is that there is so much lore and cultural
Mhm.
backdrop, etc., etc. If it didn't have all of that, I would have played it for like the first couple times, and then I've been like, oh, okay, ooh, neat, and then move it along, right? But like, it's got even if I'm not having a good time in multiplayer, or because sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes things turn into a slog, or it just takes a long time to get through things, etc., etc. Even in those scenarios, there's something fascinating for me in the game in just doing lore and thinking about the riffs that the devs put on from cultural backdrops, and it's really really cool. And then all of these different mods that come in are so thematic, and there's so much content in them. It's just it's wonderful. Like there's so much to do and see and read and contemplate and RP and blah 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 blah. But those are the ones that I think probably drew me initially, is kind of like Mesopotamia, anything kind of like Celtic, and then just going through and being like, oh, there's stuff for everything. That's
Mhm.
really cool. Oh, I think another thing is seeing when I first started playing, or early after I started playing, a lot of maps came out because I think at that point the game was relatively new, and a lot of new maps were coming out. And there a lot of people were making um every every nation starter maps, right? So maps that were designed specifically to have a set starting location for every nation. And there was one
Mhm.
just gorgeous map that was basically based off of the Earth, right? And trying to put people in the right place for where their nation comes from. And that map,
Mhm.
I must have played like 100 or more hours on that map just in single player, because I thought it was so cool. Couldn't tell you the name of it now
Th- Fair enough.
though.
Yeah,
Honestly.
there's a map out right now, and I'm really trying to tinker with it to do my own single player. That's it's based on like antiquity.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
So it's like the edges of Persia
Mm,
moving all the way to I think it goes to like Gaul and Spain.
yeah.
And it's like it's such a huge map, but you could stick like all the nations, and I think like half of them have start location. Like Ur is gonna start in Ur, Satis starts in Egypt, Machaca is down there in like Nubia, that kind
Sure.
of deal. So I'm trying to work on that one. It's pretty cool
Sounds
as
pretty
well.
nice.
But one challenge, or not a challenge, but if you ever, I don't know if you've ever done this, but if you take a step back, like outside all the crazy strategery going on, if you ever take a step back and look at like the lore implications on what is happening on the map between players, the story you can spin can get pretty wild.
Mm.
And let me give you as an example. So let me think of my Calum game that's going on right now. We have Zoroastrian Birdmen who defeated the barbarian horsemen. Went of the Eastern barbarian horsemen went off to fight ice frogs. I don't know like
Right.
the Canadian tribes up in the north,
Sure. Oh,
like
oh
Inuit or
yeah.
something.
Uh yeah, so in Inuit is one segment, but there's several different
Many.
ones. Yeah.
So I guess Canadian like native ice frogs got their butts kicked, and now they're fighting the frost giants on the back foot because accidentally the giant Titanic Birdman god got killed as a result of Vikings.
Yeah, right. As a result of Vikings.
And it's like once you add all these adjectives and like these different nations and mythologies and stuff that it starts like spinning together, and you're just like, what is going on?
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. It's really yes. It's really cool. It's a great game for role playing. I loved reading like after action reports from people who don't do streams or anything like that. Don't do videos. They just they really like to write out the story of their games. That shit's super entertaining. There are a couple of people do a really really good job with it.
I bet.
Yeah. All right, I think I am actually done. I've just been kind of sitting here. My bad. I got very involved in talking, which is
Good.
An upside. I'm just gonna say an upside. It's only an upside to doing multiplayer or co-op with someone.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's just
Yeah.
difficult to have
Well,
these conversations while also playing
Well-
this kind of game.
Exactly. Get very distracted.
Yeah, I'll just review the turn a little bit, but I do gotta head off after that.
Yeah, no worries. We made some decent progress. I've got thank you more for the lightless lanterns. Got It's a big eats a smash.
I found you a Air 3 site. Air 3 Earth 1.
Ooh. Air 3 Earth 1. Holy crap. I think I'm actually approaching 20 air gems for income.
Oof.
That's
Where was
pretty
you see, that's not cool. This is like half the Eats army that was there a turn ago.
rare. They never want to give a pitched battle until you want them to give a pitched battle. I'm a little curious about this. Well, went poorly for that guy, but probably going to go fine for me.
They're asking the stories Perun wrote. I've watched some of Perun's videos, and honestly, he was my favorite YouTuber until he abandoned us to do news reports, pretty much.
To do news reports, right? Like, my
really
God.
good ones.
No,
I don't blame him.
No, yeah, zero shade, zero, anything like that. Absolutely do what you want to do, 100%. But my God, I much preferred him doing the content that I wanted him to do.
Pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah, believe me. If I got like that many followers or whatever overnight, I would do the same.
Sure, 100%. It is a savvy move. And obviously, I think something that he's still interested in. It's not like he just was like, oh, I hate doing this. I'm, but anyway, you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Oh God, no! I've been Amethyst Wizard.
Amethyst Wizarded?
It's so in my Altdorf game, I've been recruiting. I have like little castles where I recruit just this type of Altdorf wizard, and I have like a whole fort filled with Amethyst wizards that I just haven't been using the whole game, and they're super good. They're very, very good, but I've also been like overwhelmed by just so many options and so many things, so I'll like pick one or two things and I'll focus on those for a little while, and then I'll swap it up. Amethyst wizards are those things that's always kind of been like on the back burner, and exactly how I expected it to work. He just walked an Amethyst Wizard into... It's basically just a Death 2 mage, but just walked an Amethyst Wizard onto my fort and went, spam. Goodbye. Oh.
Right, fair enough. Like the time I looked over to your stream once and you had like 100 of the Fire 2 guys just chilling.
Yeah,
And I was
absolutely.
like, bro, the turn 1 Flame Pillar
Yep.
play.
Yep.
Okay. So, I mean, not the craziest turn. The orcs are done. So at least, I've accomplished something
Oh, did they
this
get
turn.
fully murked?
Other than me. Yeah. They had only owned some like indie provinces and
Gotcha.
Mana War Breeding Ground, apparently.
Very nice, very nice.
That sounds dangerous.
That actually does sound kind of dangerous, truth be told. Bone Nose Tribe permanently vanquished. What are we up to now? How many do we have left? We have defeated only 3, actually. Interesting.
Okay. The site name where Perun posted these after action reports that I'm totally going to read when I'm bored at work at the office is called Tales of Dominion. So I will
Interesting.
definitely go read those while I'm at the office and bored.
I have noted it. That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. What was I gonna say? There was something. Yeah. I mean, this was a pretty chill episode, but I think we still got a fair number of things accomplished. I do feel like I'm less on the back foot now. I have one big army marching southeast towards Delufe, right to that little pocket corner, and I'm not really worried about Altdorf along the way. I'm more worried about that province that had the horror in it and what has happened to it since then.
The horror playground now.
Yeah, right. Because I'm gonna march an army through that and see what happens. But I also have another army, just attacking Altdorf stuff now. So actually taking, provinces off of him. So
there you go.
hopefully that'll be a good move forward. Cross.
Yeah, I'm just doing some like quick maintenance stuff that I might forget, like sending you lanterns, making sure I'm site searching blood. And that way, like when it happens next turn, I'm like, yes.
That was
That's
a thing
what I'm doing.
that was supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a big army there. I'm in range of 2 more thrones that one of them looks pretty large, like a tier 3 throne with the shades in Gray Barrier 144. I can also go hit the one at 138, and that one looks like an easy one. That'll be 2 thrones there, and then it's the other orcs, and gets another throne.
We almost have all of the south taken. Except for basically the little sides, the sliver of Athelloren and the sliver of Altdorf.
Yeah, the peaceful Wood Elves.
Still amazed. It's gotta be that the Wood Elves have just like been sending all of their stuff north to help Bretonia. It has to be.
Because like I don't even have a lot of PD on their border, honestly. Like 15, I guess. 17. The little island has 10, but it's cold on both sides, so they can definitely walk into the island.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So no, I have no idea. They just have to be a defensive AI.
Next turn, I can start summoning Keepers of Secrets. So I can skip the whole promoting a person and just go straight to the end.
There you
go. We'll get a no, I'm not gonna. Zan, you're on your way. You're actually pretty close to promoting into the Demon Prince version.
I feel like it was a lot more difficult for me for you to get Demon Princes or whatnot than it was for me. So I got a few of these.
I don't think I was doing what I should have done with them in the beginning. I don't think I was hanging out with aspiring champions like I should have at the beginning. Because if I had a couple more of those before I went into my battles with Nagaron, I probably would have promoted way faster. But I just wasn't. I was using other leaders, or I only had like 1 or 2 of them, and then they got killed off, etc., etc. So I should have invested more into them earlier on.
Yeah, I guess I was doing that where I had like a goon squad at the beginning that was just like mooching off experience.
This has been fun, but yeah, that's I think we're wrapping up.
Yep, so I'm good to go for next week.
Awesome. Thanks very much, as per usual. It's always a pleasure. That's going to be the end of the stream. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. I will actually probably be tossing a raid over to whoever is on my Twitch list. I will check, but I won't hold you up, Zan.
No.
Free to bounce. Thanks for playing. Always fun.
All right. As always, yes. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for coming by. I definitely appreciate the story times and the shout out. The story times, looking up the Demon Gate events, and now these cool AARs for Perun. For those who don't know who Perun is this super badass, I think 100% win rate in Dominion with really good videos that people should check out if they like Dominions. So, bye everyone. See you next time.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.